Dr. Exilneth adjusted his ceremonial robes for the third time, his 6 arms trembling with nervous energy. After 15 years of preparation, countless academic achievements, and diplomatic service across 17 star systems, he was finally here standing outside the Human Interaction Assessment Center on the neutral station orbiting Kepler 442b. Next candidate, announced the synthesized voice from the examination chamber. Exilneth stepped forward, his elongated head held high, despite the anxiety coursing through his circulatory system. As one of the galaxy's leading xenopsychologists, he had studied human behavior from afar for decades. Today, he would finally meet one face-to-face if he passed the test. The examination room was sparse and clinical, containing only a single table, 2 chairs, and what appeared to be recording equipment. Across from him sat a being he had never seen before, humanoid, but clearly not human. Their skin had a subtle metallic sheen, and their eyes held an ancient depth that spoke of millennia of experience. "I am Examiner Korth," the being said, their voice carrying harmonics that suggested multiple vocal cords. "I will be conducting your human proximity assessment. Please state your name and intended purpose for human contact." "Dr. Exilneth of the Centauri Academic Collective," he replied, trying to keep his voice steady. "I seek to establish formal diplomatic relations between my people and humanity for mutual scientific advancement." Examiner Korth made a note on a device that materialized from thin air. "Very well. We shall begin with the preliminary scenarios. Please observe." The room's walls suddenly displayed a holographic scene, a human child, no more than 8 years old by Exilneth's calculations, sitting alone on a bench. The child appeared to be crying. "You encounter this situation during a diplomatic mission to Earth," Korth explained. "What is your course of action?" Exilneth considered carefully. His studies had indicated that humans were extremely protective of their young. "I would maintain a respectful distance and alert the nearest human authority figure. Human children are not to be approached by unknown entities without parental supervision." "Correct." Next scenario. The scene shifted to show a human adult in what appeared to be distress, shouting at another human in a public space. 2 humans appear to be engaged in conflict. "Your response?" "Absolutely no intervention," Exilneth said immediately. "Human intraspecies disputes are to be resolved exclusively by humans. Any alien involvement, regardless of intention, could be interpreted as a threat or act of aggression." Korth nodded approvingly. "Good. You have clearly studied the preliminary guidelines. Now we move to intermediate scenarios." The hologram changed to show a human offering what appeared to be food to an alien diplomat. A human presents you with sustenance as a gesture of friendship. "Your response?" This one was trickier. Exilneth knew that food sharing was significant in human culture, but he also knew the dangers. "I would express gratitude for the gesture, but politely decline, explaining that my species has specific dietary requirements. I would then offer to share a meal prepared by my own nutritional specialists as a reciprocal gesture." Excellent reasoning. The human diet contains numerous compounds that are toxic to most galactic species, Korth confirmed. "They forget this easily, as they can consume almost anything without harm. Never eat human food unless specifically prepared for your biology." The scenarios continued, each more complex than the last. Exilneth navigated questions about human humor. "Never attempt to replicate it. You will fail and may cause offense. Human physical contact, handshakes only, and only when initiated by the human, and human entertainment. Do not attempt to understand their movies. The content will disturb you." Finally, Korth leaned back in their chair. "You have performed adequately on the standard assessment. However, there is one final test." Their expression grew serious. "This will determine if you are psychologically prepared for extended human contact." The room darkened, and a new hologram appeared. This time, it showed a perfectly ordinary human sitting at a desk, typing on some sort of computing device. The human looked unremarkable, medium height, brown hair, casual clothing. "This is Dr. Sarah Chen, a human xenobiologist," Korth explained. "She has requested a research partner for a project studying galactic biodiversity. Observe her for 60 seconds and tell me what you notice." Xilneth watched carefully. Dr. Chen typed occasionally, paused to drink from a cup, and made notes on a tablet. She appeared calm, focused, and entirely benign. I don't understand," Xilneth said after the minute elapsed. "She appears to be engaged in normal academic work." "I see nothing concerning." Korth's expression grew grave. "Look closer. What is she researching?" The hologram zoomed in on Dr. Chen's screen. Xilneth read the title of her research paper and felt his blood turn to ice. Optimization of bacterial weaponization in low-gravity environments. A comparative study of synthetic pathogens across 17 species. She is. Xilneth's voice failed him. Developing weapons capable of eliminating every known sapient species in the galaxy, Korth finished. And she is doing so with the same casual demeanor with which she drinks her coffee. This, Dr. Xilneth, is why we have these assessments. Xilneth stared at the hologram in horror. But why? Is she a military researcher? A weapons developer? No, Korth said quietly. She is a civilian academic studying theoretical applications of xenobiology. She has never served in any military capacity. This research is what humans call a side projects, something she works on for intellectual curiosity during her spare time. The implications crashed over Xilneth like a tidal wave. You mean humans routinely develop galaxy-ending weapons? As a hobby? Among other things, yes. They cannot help themselves. It is simply how their minds work. Korth stood up. This is why the assessment exists, Dr. Xilneth. Not to protect humans from us, but to protect us from the crushing realization of what they are. Korth moved toward the exit, then paused. By the way, Dr. Chen's research is considered quite elementary by human standards. She is still a graduate student. The door sealed behind the examiner, leaving Xilneth alone with the hologram of Dr. Chen, who had returned to sipping her coffee while casually designing instruments of galactic genocide. After several minutes of staring in existential terror, Xilneth managed to find his voice. I would like to withdraw my application for human contact." The synthesized voice of the facility responded immediately. "Request denied. You have passed the assessment. Your diplomatic credentials have been approved. Dr. Chen is expecting you next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Earth Standard Time." Congratulations. As Xilneth slumped in his chair, contemplating the cosmic joke his life had become, he finally understood why the test was secret. No one would ever voluntarily interact with humans if they truly knew what they were getting into. The hologram flickered off, leaving him in darkness with only one thought echoing in his mind. What had he gotten himself into?